Then we had these, right? So we had these opinions about all the different opinions about Keri. Then the Meiser Maskonas had one was a Yehuda Meseir's opinion was that Torah can't become Tameh, which is the heter for all of us, why we don't need to go to the mikvah when we become Baalei Keri, and or Tisha Kavim. And we discussed the halacha of the first Reishis Hagez is only in Eretz Yisrael. Then halacha of client that you only have to do all the things at once, and then 9 Kavim how it works, and then what types of Keri require mikvah and or 9 Kavim. Yeah, then the Mishnah says if somebody remembers that he had Keri in the middle of davening, guys, you got to be quiet. Right? No brachos, making no brachos in smelly water. Stay 4 hours away from smelly things. Then the machlokes is what about Keri can learn a daven, which is basically a repeat. And then we said if you finish daven, realize that there were feces there, so whether your davening is a tefillah or not. And then we start with a very interesting bathroom sugya. Yes, on the bottom of Chaf Beis Amud Beis. You got it? It's a relatively easy. It's a relatively easy blot with a lot of stuff that's negei l'maisa. Not a lot, but okay.
Hold on 1 second, guys. If you can all mute yourself, I don't have access to it on my cell phone until I figure it out. But if everybody can just mute themselves so they have a question. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Hayamid b'tefillah, you're davening. Mayim shaisasin al birkov, and all of a sudden you realize that you're urinating. Okay, I don't know exactly how that works, but that's the situation. You stop davening until the water stops going out of you, and then you continue davening. So at what point, what part of davening do you go back to? One says you have to go back to the beginning of davening, and one says that you have to go back just to the place that you stopped. Let's say that this is what the disagreement is about. One held that if you waited so long that you would have had time to finish your Shemona Esrei, which for some people is not that long a time, right? Then you'd have to go back to the beginning of the Shemona Esrei. And the other one says, no, you'd still only go back to the place that you stopped. So Rav Ashi, if that's the case, then it shouldn't be if you waited. Should have been if you don't wait. So then we're going to change pshat. Everybody holds that if you waited long enough for the urine to stop, you waited long enough that you would have been able to finish davening, then you have to go back to the beginning. We're talking about in a case where you didn't wait long enough to finish the davening. The Marsa of Gavra Dechuya. The one madam holds that the Gavra's Dechuya, right? And his tefillah is nothing. He's pushed off from davening, meaning because he's urinating, so he's not right to daven. So therefore he is Dechuya. Vein roy, and he's not right to daven. Vein tefillah say tefillah, and his tefillah is not a tefillah. So therefore you got to go back to the beginning. Marsa of Gavra Chazihu. He is somebody that is meaning when he started davening, he was right to daven. So therefore, whatever he davened up until this thing started happening to him, he was okay with, and only after that is the problem. Fine. If you need to go to the bathroom, this is gedolim, right? You don't daven. And if you do daven, you have to go to the bathroom, and your tefillah is considered disgusting. That's only if he can't hold it in. But if he's able to hold it in, tefillah, then his tefillah is a tefillah. How long does he have to hold it in for? Because at some point he's going to have to go to the bathroom. Until a parsa. A parsa is 4 mil, which we say is about 72 minutes. So basically, if you shouldn't start davening if you feel you have to go to the bathroom. If you started davening, then you feel you have to go to the bathroom, then it's going to be dependent on whether you're able to hold it in for 72 minutes. You hold it in for 72 minutes, then it's fine. Now, ad parsa is interesting because parsa is a traveling zman, right? So ad parsa would mean, is it by train, is it by car? Because parsa is approximately 3 miles, right? That's what the place can say. It's around 3 miles. So if that's the case, are you walking? Are you driving? Because if it's driving, it's nothing. So the price can say no. It doesn't mean. It means a time. It's a time measurement. There's different times the price can discuss what ad parsa is for tefillas haderech. It's one thing. For netilas yadayim, it's another thing. Whatever it is, but here it's a time. It's a timesman, not a distance. Okay. Otherwise, 3 miles would be nothing nowadays. There are those that learn this on a brisa. When do we say this? Then when he's not able to hold himself in, is to stand on himself literally. But if he's able to stand on himself, then his tefillah is the tefillah bar kama amrazid ad parsa until a parsa. Okay. Somebody who needs to go to the bathroom should not daven. You should prepare yourself to call to Hashem. So let's stop right there a second. Just let's do this.
Even if I'm this tefillah b'tzibur?
Yes, you cannot. If your davening is not a davening, then tefillah, it's tefillah b'tzibur. Yeah. So let's discuss this halacha l'maisa. That's why I'm late, because my kids on the way home needed to go to the bathroom, so we had to stop to go to the bathroom. But here's why that's negei l'maisa. So nowadays the pais can say that we're so used to having bathrooms next to us, just because we feel that we can't hold it in for 72 minutes doesn't mean that's true. Meaning back then, where they basically did not have access to bathrooms wherever they went, and they didn't just want to go on the street. Their bodies were used to holding in for a very long time. Meaning, nowadays, if a guy is mesupik, you have this a lot, unfortunately, for people with OCD. If a guy is mesupik, whether he had to go to the bathroom or not, so he thinks, there's no way I could have made 72 minutes. That's only because we're so spoiled that our bathrooms are next to us, so our bodies are not used to it. I was trying to tell it to my kids that they have to try and train themselves to hold it in for a little bit longer, but that's an isser. So you got to know when the holding in is too much. But that's basically what the practical halacha is, that you can't necessarily judge yourself nowadays based on this measurement. But yes, you cannot daven, even if it means missing the tefillah totally. If your tefillah is disgusting, that's disgusting. Now there's a machlokes rishonim about whether this applies to urinating or this only applies to number 2, to gedolim, right? Many places it's a machlokes rishonim whether what this applies to or not. There is much more room to be makel if you just have to urinate as opposed to gedolim. Okay.
Yaakov, according to what you're saying, that it's the metzius has changed. Does that mean that the metzius of the time of parsa should change also with it? Because ad parsa was based on the people at that time.
Ad parsa is based. No, the ad parsa is Ad parsa is 72 minutes. That's what the person say.
No, I understand that, but the reality is that that's based on the way people were back then. If people change nowadays, if their habits change, the metzius of the body changes as well. And what's considered a te'eva?
No, the way I'm understanding it is that the 72 minutes is enough time that if you have to go to the bathroom, that's 72 minutes later. That's not enough. Your body's not disgusting at that point. If it's less,
so maybe it's a shorter period of time, right? But maybe nowadays, because of our bathroom habits change.
Yeah, but it's schwer to say that. It's schwer to say. No, I hear what you're saying, but it's schwer to say that we're going to change this shear. It's easier to say that our bodies are not. We're more spoiled, so therefore it's a little different case. But again, if you feel you have to go to the bathroom, don't say, for 72 minutes. No, you got to go to the bathroom.
Right, but I'm saying it's usually a scenario where you daven and then you have to go to the bathroom afterwards, but you have to shots up. Is that considered te'eva?
Correct. Right. Correct. But again, if you're not sure about it, then certainly you could be makel because of this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so then the Gemara does a little bit of agadata. Watch your feet when you go to Beis Elokim, to Hashem's house. Watch yourself so you don't do a chet. And if you do a chet, then bring a korban in front of me. And what does Karav L'Shmaya mean? Amarava, have a Karav L'Shmaya Divrei Chacham. You should listen to Divrei Chacham. Shim Chaytim Eviyim Korban V'Aisim Teshuva. And if they're gonna do a chet, then they should bring a korban. Matas. This is going through the pasuk here. Matas Ksilim Zevach. What does that mean? The giving of meaning do karbanos with teshuva as opposed to just being a ksil, as being foolish, being a foolish person, bringing a korban. Don't be like foolish people that do a chet and they bring a korban but they don't do teshuva because they don't know how to do bad. So the Gemara says, and if they don't know how to do bad, then it's tzadikim. So why are they bringing karbanos? Don't be like foolish people who are chaytim and then they bring a korban. They don't know if they're bringing it for good, for bad. They just bring the korban, meaning they're going through the motions. So they don't know whether they're doing it for good or for bad. They don't even know what they did, and they're just bringing a korban. Point is don't just do lip service. That's basically what the Gemara is saying. A foolish person does lip service, brings a korban, doesn't know what he's doing. Right? A smart person tries to figure out why he's bringing the korban and let the korban affect it. Yeah. What this pasuk means is watch your insides when you're coming to daven in front of me. Right? Meaning that's be careful that you don't have to go to the bathroom. Yeah. If you have to go into the bathroom, you have to take up your tefillin a distance of 4 amas away from the bathroom. Then go in. That's only in a place where it's a set place to go to the bathroom. But if it's a temporary place, you could take your tefillin. You don't have to move it. You don't have to take it away for more than 4 amas. Go to the bathroom. When you leave the bathroom or the place that you decided to go to the bathroom, and then you make yourself go away from it by dalet amas and then leave them. Because once you used it as a bathroom, now you made it into a beis hakisei kavua, and you can't have your tefillin on within 4 amas. So till now we're discussing going to the bathroom. Yeah. What about going into the bathroom in your tefillin, but just to urinate? Ravina Shari, Ravada Bamasna also. Ravina said it's okay. Ravada Bamasna says not okay. Also Sheilu Rava, and they came and asked it to Rava. Amalu also, it's also Chashin and Shem Yifnim behind, because the problem is that when you're urinating, you may end up passing gas, and that's going to be a problem tefillin. Well, it's really Shem Yifnim. Sorry, Shem Yifnim. Perhaps it might come out. The Gedolim number 2 might come out. No, he'll just pass wind, pass gas. Tana idach. If you're going to a beis hakisei that's kavua, meaning that's a established beis hakisei, then you stay more than 4 amas away. When you put it on a window that's close to Rishus Rabban, then you go into the bathroom. When you leave the bathroom, and then you go 4 amas away, and then you put the tefillin on. You know you can hold the tefillin. You got to take them off, but you can hold them in your hand and go inside into the bathroom. You hold it into your clothing and you go inside. You mean you go inside with the clothing? Sometimes it's gonna, if you just wrapped it in your clothing, so you're gonna forget that you did that and it might fall down. You hold it in your hand with a baguette, and then you go into the bathroom. What you do is you put the tefillin in a hole that's next to the beis hakisei. But don't put it in the holes in the wall that are next to Rishus Rabban, because maybe somebody passing by is going to see some tefillin and take it. And you might come to chashad. What do you mean chashad? What happened was one of the Talmidim put his tefillin in one of the holes next to Rishus Rabban, and a Zaina came with Nataltan and she took it. And she came to Beis Medrash. And she said, look what somebody gave me as my reward for sleeping with him. Since the that Talmud whose tefillin belonged to heard this, all the Reish Agag v'nafal umeis, and he went up to the roof and he fell off. I mean, obviously he committed suicide and he died. So by Shah, at that time, but after that, they said, no, don't leave it in there. Put it in your begadim and then go to the bathroom. It's a riot that back then they must have had their names on the tefillin bags too. Right? Otherwise, how would everybody know that it's his tefillin? Okay, Torah Rabbanan. But in the beginning, they put it in the holes, in the openings in the walls next to the Beis HaKisei. And yes,
I mean, you're looking at the situation over here. Like these are these old Beis HaKiseis. Nowadays, I mean, we're more makel nowadays than we were in those days because ours is flushed away.
100%. Very good. Very good. We're going to get to that. I don't know if we'll get to that tonight, but we'll get to that. Yes. Well, yeah, we're gonna. It's very negaya. Anyways, so they put the tefillin in the holes next to the Beis HaKisei, and then the mice. It's literally mice, but it means obviously it's bigger than mice. They would come and take it from them. So they said to put it in the windows next to Shusharam. Then the guy would come and take the tefillin. So they were masakin that you can hold the tefillin in your hand, you go to the bathroom. Amrav Miyasha Breidu Rav Yishua ben Levi. Halacha Gadolun Kimin Sefer. What you do is wrap up the ritzuas of the tefillin like a sefer. V'aychsim b'yaminoi keneged liba, and you hold it in your right hand next to your heart. Amrav Yosef ben Yumay. Amrav Nachman. V'vad shalei te ritzua yotzes v'tachas yodik tefach. The ritzuas should not go out from your hand by a tefach, right? Look at Rashi, because this is important. Rashi. Shalei teitze ritzua. I don't know if you could see it to the right. Yeah. Sheyesh ba kedusha. The ritzuas have kedusha. Sharei behenhu kaishron. What you do is you tie the tefillin on with the ritzuas. Over kesher nirabas yosei kimin dalid. And in the kesher, it's you make like a dalid. Al shem achas mi'os yos shel shakai. You make a dalid with the in the back of the shel rosh. You have a dalid for those that have dalids, right? But and the shin from shakai is on the outside of the shel rosh. That's why we have a shin. And the yud is at the top of the ritzua, where the shel yad touches the ritzua. There's a yud. The ritzua katana ma'oid kaf of rosh v'niras kamin yud. And a small little ritzua, we fold it over and it looks like a yud, right? So therefore, the ritzuas have a lot of kedusha. So therefore, you can't have the ritzua hanging down a tefach. That's this that you hold on to the tefillin. That's only if there's time that you're going to be able to put them on after you're done with the bathroom. What you do is you leave the tefillin on because you're not going to have time to take them off and put them back on because it's going to be shkia. What you do is you put them into a bag that has a space of a tefach, which we should remember from a couple of blot ago, maybe it's more than a couple of blot ago, that if there's a space of a tefach, so then it blocks tumah, right? Which Gemara is going to say now. During the day, you roll them up like a sefer and you put them in your hand next to your heart. And you make a bag, kiss is a bag, tefach of a tefach space, and you put them in there. Right? That's only by a kli that is meant to put the tefillin in. That's where you need a tefach. But if you put into a bag, let's say a shopping bag, that's not meant for your tefillin, then you don't need a tefach because that shopping bag blocks the tefillin. Right? How do you know? These little bottles, not bottles, not a good word. Right? There's small jugs. I think that's where they touch it, right? That are sealed. They can be in a house that has tumah in it, and it will not be a problem anyways, right? Because it gets blocked. When we went after Rav Yochanan, when you need to go to the bathroom, when if he was holding a sefer, he gave it to us and not bringing it to the bathroom. But when he was holding his tefillin, you need to go to the bathroom. He didn't give us the tefillin. Amar, why? Amar, he said, why? Since the Rabbanon allowed it, like we just learned. Oh man, I just lost it. Since the Rabbanon allowed it, Nenatron, then it's fine. Then it could be it'll be watched. Nothing means to watched, right? So there's no reason. So it's interesting. So he gave away his svarim, but tefillin, the Chachamim gave a heter. So therefore he went in with his tefillin. When we went with Rav Nachman, when he was holding a sefer, he gave it to us. But tefillin he didn't give. Same thing. Since the Rabbanan allowed it, so that's going to protect me. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Fine. Tana Rabbanan. We're going to get back to the bathroom sugya with the halacha l'maises. Tana Rabbanan. Lo yechaz adam tefillin b'yadei. From this Gemara, actually, there's a very interesting, a practical halacha that comes out. A person, and especially for all those that are traveling, Lo yechaz adam tefillin b'yadei. A person should not hold tefillin in his hand, but sefer Torah b'zraya, and a sefer Torah in his arms. V'yispal and daven. Why? Because we're afraid that you're going to be so focused on the on whatever it is that you're holding, and you're afraid that they're going to fall. Yeah. V'lo yashtaben, you shouldn't urinate in them. Mayim, lo yashtaben mayim, you shouldn't urinate. V'lo yishanbem, don't fall asleep. Lo shinas kever, lo shinas aray, not a long sleep and not a short sleep. Yeah. Amar Shmuel says sakin, knife, umais, and money, uka'ara, and a plate of food, the kikar and a loaf of bread, and these are similar cases, right? So what comes out is that you can't hold any of your hands. So what Paiskin want to say is, are you allowed to daven from holding a smartphone in your hand or not? So Paiskin want to say you can't daven with a smartphone in your hand because you're afraid it's going to fall, right? Which I guess it depends if you have an outer box or not. But if you don't have, then maybe you'd be scared that it's going to fall and break. Therefore, you should not use a smartphone to daven from. Okay, I don't know exactly how we'd paskin, but this based on this Gemara is what the Machmirim say not to do it. Yeah, fine. Now this is a little complicated, but it's interesting Gemara.
Yeah, you shouldn't use it for the daf either, to Yaakov.
What?
You don't use it
Why?
for
The
learning
daf is
either.
not davening. It's not
Or
davening.
just davening.
Just davening, because you have to concentrate on Hashem, right? Only davening. But if you're using a smartphone for the daf, and you keep checking on how many people are crying about Kobe Bryant while during the daf, then that's not a good thing. I mean, so that's a different situation. Yeah.
Who's Kobe Bryant?
Huh? Clearly not somebody who knows how to call out solo, right, Landau?
Exactly.
You don't have Atzala's number, clearly. Yeah? Okay, Vaiz, we shouldn't make Lutzonis. It is a whatever. Okay, Amar Rav Sheshas Lesach Usokiyam Nisa. This we don't paskin, meaning because the Gemara here says that what was the main thing that has to do with our sugya? Lo yashtin behen mayim. You should not urinate with your tefillin. So the Gemara is saying now that's like Beis Shammai. Therefore, we don't paskin like this brisa. Di Beis Hillel, because if it's Beis Hillel, hashta Beis Akisa kivua shari Beis Hillel. He said on Amud Aleph, said that you're allowed to take the tefillin into a Beis Akisa kivua, Beis Akisa arai mi boy. So Beis Akisa arai, a temporary, which is urinating. Do you need to tell you that's mutter? So it must be that this brisa that we just learned that said that you can't urinate in your tefillin must be going like Beis Shammai, who we don't paskin like, right? Now it's an interesting thing because it gets a little technical. Why one thing would be mutter, one asul, as we'll see now. Meisvei, the brisa says that there are things that I allowed you here, and asarti lochkan. Rashi says that there's something that would be mutter in the Beis Akisei kavua, but that would be asur in the Beis Akisei arai, which is urinating, right? Beis Akisei. Yeah, again, Meisvei. Then we're asking you kash on what we just said. Shetarti lochkan, asarti lochkan. Something that I asked you in the Beis Akisei kavua, I'm allowing you in the Beis Akisei arai. My love tefillin, isn't it referring to tefillin? Right. So if that's the case, yeah, Beis Hillel tarti lochkan kavua. Asarti lochkan Beis Akisei arai. If you say it's Beis Hillel, so we could say I allowed you here in a Beis Akise Kvua, which I asked. I'm sorry, Bishlam Beis Hillel Hatarti Lokan Kavua. What it means, I allowed you something here is a Beis Akise Kvua. Asarti Lokan Beis Akise, and I made you also Beis Akise Arai, which would fit into this price, so that he didn't. Beis Hillel allows you to go into a bathroom that's Kavua, like for Gedolim, and he does not allow you Arai. Elaim or Beishamai, but it can't. If you say it's Beishamai, meaning this brisa that says that something's usher for Gedolim and mutter v'getanim, halay sharu v'loy midi. Beishamai never allows any tefillin, so it must be that the brisa is going to Beis Hillel, and Beis Hillel is more lenient by urinating than by defecating, which doesn't make any sense, but that's the only way to finish in the brisa. So my answer is ki tanya hi l'nyan tefach u'tvachayim. That is talking about revealing yourself with a tefach or two tvachim. What does that mean? The tani chadik is nifna. When a person is going to the bathroom, number two, gedolim megala la'achar of tefach ulufan of tefachayim. So you can be megala behind you one tefach of body, and in front of you two tvachim. But tani yidach la'achar of tefach ulufan of loy klum. The other brisa says you can only reveal one tefach, and in front of you nothing. My love, idi bish. Is it not talking about that's both referring to a man's anatomy? But like kasha, kan gedolim, kan getanim, and the stira you can answer up is that when it's for gedolim, so you need a tefach in the back and two tefachim in the front. And when it's for ketanim, then you don't need la'achar of tefach, and you don't need anything in the front. Tizbra, even ketanim, la'achar of tefach, if it's just for ketanim, right? I hope everybody doesn't need any more explanation of this anatomy. But if you're only doing ketanim, urinating, what do you have to reveal the back, right? All you need to reveal is the front. Must be talking about both. I'm talking about Figadolim. So you have a stira in the brises, right? One brise says be megala two tefachim behind and one tefach in front, and the other brise says one tefach behind and nothing in front. Stira, but like kasha. So the reason why it's not a stira is haba ish, haba isha. One is talking about a man, and one is talking about a woman, right? So a woman, because a woman won't need to be megala anything in the front. So if that's the case, and that this brisa that we said that there's something mutter by kavua that's also by not kavua, so if that's the case, then I just lost the place. We learned on that brisa. This is a kavachem that doesn't have a tshuva. My ain't love tshuva. What do you mean there's no tshuva? He said this is the way it is. What do you mean it's a kal v'chomer? There's no tshuva. It makes a lot of sense, right? Ella lav tefilin. It must be so. Then it must not be talking about tefach tefachayim. It must be talking about tefilin. It's tiyufta the rava, and it's a kasha on rava. Some of sheish is tiyufta. It is a question. Mikol makum kasha, but you still have a kasha. How do you understand the brisa? Hashta beis akise gevua shari. A beis akise that's kavua, we're allowing you to bring tefillin, and beis akise arai like Olshkin. Are we not for sure going to allow you to bring it into a beis akise for urinating? Hachi kamer beis akise gevua deleka nitzaitzis shari. When a beis akise gevua, when a person is going to the bathroom, number two, so he's not sprinkling, for lack of a better word. Yeah, parrots, you're asking to that taich. Yes. Shari, beis akise arai, the ikan nitzaitzis asri, but beis akise arai, where you might sprinkle around, so then it would be a problem to have that in the tefillin. So, if that's the case, that makes a lot of sense. Am I in a love tshuva? So why are you saying that there's no tshuva to explain this price? Tshuva ma'ayas, it's a good tshuva. Hochi komer, ha milsa teisila b'toiros time of a loy teisila b'kal v'chomer. This limud makes sense according to the reason, but if you learn kal v'chomer, it doesn't make sense. The isa la b'toiros kal v'chomer, because if it's referring to kal v'chomer, zeh kal v'chomer. There's no way to answer this kal v'chomer. Meaning, if you look at it from a kal v'chomer angle, if a person can't bring his tefillin if a person is allowed to bring his tefillin into a beis akise kavua, kol sheken he could bring his tefillin into a beis akise arai. So therefore, if you're learning it from a trying to understand it from a kal v'chomer angle, then that doesn't work. But if you just
how does this apply in my carry-on bag in the airport?
Okay. So there's a few things we have to discuss. So whether you can bring, when we get to the source of why nowadays our bathrooms are different, like Yeshua had said, then we'll get to it. But we didn't get to that yet. I don't think we'll get to it today. But yes, your carry-on bag is going to be more helpful unless you always keep your tefillin in the carry-on bag. Meaning, let's say you want to walk around undressed in your hotel room or whatever it is, right? So your tefillin, you're not allowed to walk around undressed in your tefillin. So you can put it into another bag, and that will act as a cover. Your regular tefillin bag, even though it's covered, doesn't work. And even the plastic that's around it also doesn't work, because any bags that are normally kept on the tefillin count as one bag. I mean, let's say you keep your tefillin normally in 100 bags. Those 100 bags only count as one bag. You'd have to put it into a bag that you don't normally keep it in, and that will actually be a chatzitza. So yes, if somebody is in the airport or whatever, needs to go to the bathroom, try and put it into another bag, and then you can take it into the bathroom. Again, it's better not to, but if you have to, you have to, especially since bathrooms in airports sometimes do smell, depending on how often they clean them. Right, that's one thing. Now, what about this bathroom thing? Being megala, tefach, two tefachim behind, one tefach in front of you. I imagine most people are not too makbid on this. And the reason for this is very simple, that back then they went to the bathroom outside, and you had to have, it was a place that people were normally dressed. So therefore you had halachas of tznius. Nowadays, that we go to the bathroom in places that are specifically meant for bathroom, then it's no different than why you're allowed to go swimming without a shirt on, right? You go swimming without a shirt on because that's the makom, that's the way you're supposed to dress there. So the same thing in our bathrooms, right? That's why that halacha is not kept, although the frumah people do keep these halachas. Yeah, fine. Tarabanan. All right, so the keva. This is anybody that has constipation issues. This is a Gemara for that. Tarabanan. All right, so keva. Somebody wants to go into a meal, and he's afraid he's gonna have to go to the bathroom in middle. What you do is you should walk 10 times dalet amos and sit down. Or go 4 times 10 amos and then go to the bathroom. Meaning he's saying, the Gemara is saying that is a way that would help you go to the bathroom. And then you can go into the meal and enjoy yourself. If you're wearing tefillin, you're going into a meal, first take off your tefillin and then go in. And he disagrees with Rav Chia, who says you could put it on the table, and it'll be a hiddur to him that he could put his tefillin back on right after he's finished. So basically the machlokes is, should you take your tefillin off before you go into the meal or after? But Amos, until when should you keep your tefillin off? Until the time that it comes to make Birchas Hamazon, which means your meal is done. Tani chada tzayir adam. Okay, that's that. Now new sugya. Tani chada tzayir adam tefillin ima'isa ba'far ksusay. This is also negeya. A person can wrap his tefillin with his money in one shmata, in a handkerchief or something, which doesn't mean, Rashi says it doesn't mean you're putting it in the same thing. You're making 2 different sections of your shmata, and you're keeping your tefillin in one section and your money in the other. Tani idach lo yotzer, and the other brisa says you shouldn't do it at all. Stira, like kasha, it's not a kasha. Hada azmane, hada lo azmane. One is saying where he actually he designated it, right, from the word mezuman. Hada lo azmane. If he designated it, then it's more of a problem. If you mean he designated specifically for tefillin, then you can't put money in there. But if you didn't, then you can put money. Right? This bag for tefillin that you decided, you specified that you're using it to wrap your tefillin, mean to keep your tefillin in it. Tefillin aser. If you actually did put your tefillin in it, then it's aser. Aser l'meitza b'pshiti, and it's aser to put money in it. But let's say you said, "Oh, this is going to be my tefillin bag," but you never actually put the tefillin in there. Or you put the tefillin into a shmata, but you didn't say that it was meant for your tefillin. Then it would be shari. Right. So this opinion is saying that you need to have both, meaning you have to say, "I am using this clothing as my tefillin bag," and you have to actually use it for tefillin. If you only have one or the other, then it does not get the kedusha, and you could change your mind on it. That's the first shita, right? Meaning and whether it's hazmana milsa, that's what it's called. Is whether you meyachid something for something specific, is that considered enough?
Receive it, right?
Right?
So are you allowed to use your towels bag while you're davening to put your stuff in there, your phone, your wallet?
so that's exactly the sugya. Let's see the next shita. Abaya da Omar. So that's the first shita. Abaya da Omar hasmana milsihi, right? But according to Abaya, who holds that hasmana means something, hasmane then means if you decide that you're using this bag for tefillin, avagav the light sarbe, then even if you never put your tefillin in it, sarbe. I'm sorry. Avagav the light sarbe, meaning according to Abaya, hasmana's milsa. If you decide, you wake up in the morning, you say, that bag is going to be for my tefillin, then according to him, that bag can no longer be used for anything other than tefillin because you said that it was going to be, right? Sarbe, but if you just wrapped it, then it's going to depend. If you said that you're making this to your tefillin bag, then it's a problem. If not, then it's not. So basically, according to Abaya, it's all totally in whether you specify that it's going to be for tefillin or not, right? So it depends how you learn. We Lamaisa Paskin that you would really need both, but I didn't have time to look up exactly what we come out. But yes, it's totally, if you have your tefillin bag and you said this is my tefillin bag and that's it, and you decide that you want to start putting money into it or clothing or whatever it is, then you cannot use it because it's miyuchad for tefillin. Right, that's why when you first get your tefillin bag, you should say that it's not only specific for tefillin, it's for other things too. Right? If you didn't, then the default is that it's just for tefillin and nothing else. But I'd have to look that up again to make sure that I'm saying that correct. Yeah.
When you're saying tefillin,
what do you say?
Is this the same by all Divrei Kedusha or just tefillin?
Yes, it would be all. Yes, it would be the same thing by it's by anything, even not kedusha. Let's say, we didn't get to this. I don't think we had this. But let's say you decide, so we're talking about bringing tefillin into the bathroom. Let's say you decided that this room is going to be a bathroom, right? Even though it has never been used as a bathroom, you wouldn't be able to say any dvarim shebek kedusha in there or anything like that because it already was as muzman to be a bathroom, right? It's a whole different sugya. But the hazmana milsa is not necessarily just by dvarim shebek kedusha. I mean, I don't know under any other applications, but that's what it would be.
What about the reverse? What about you go ahead, you want to put a davar kedusha into your tefillin bag, your towels bag, if you haven't designated it specifically for your tefillin only, meaning you're putting stock of money in there. I've taken the extra money, I'm going to keep it in my tefillin bag so it's there for Nani comes by. Is that a spirit to go ahead and saying that this?
You have it in the actual tefillin bag or in the tefillin bag in the plastic?
Let's say the talus bag.
See, the talus bag it's a little different because it's less of a kedusha than a tefillin bag.
Mm-hmm. What about so let's say a tefillin bag then?
A tefillin bag, you should not keep money in there. In the actual bag with the tefillin, you should not keep the money in there.
Even if you designate it for kedusha, even if it's tzedakah money.
Even if it's tzedakah money. Money. Okay, but again, I reserve judgment because I had to look it up. So just to make sure.
But if most people,
it could be in the plastic. You're talking about the exact bag.
The plastic, yes, because the plastic, even with the plastic, you should be meyachid it for. You should not be meyachid it specifically for tefillin, right?
No, but you're talking about the bag that holds its tefillin itself. You shouldn't put it in.
Correct. We're not talking about the plastic. Plastic has less of a kedusha. The reason why tefillin bag has so much kedusha. What do you mean? You keep your tefillin in boxes, right? So it should be once removed. The reason is because what we learned on Amud Aleph in that Rashi, because of the Ritzuas. If not for the Ritzuas, the Kedusha of the Shakai and the Ritzuas, then your tefillin bag would not have Kedusha because your tefillin are in a box and then the box goes in a bag. So it would be once removed. And then a plastic bag would even 3 times removed. But it doesn't work because the Ritzuas have Kedusha.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it's all batal anyway because once you go ahead that what if you're used to putting it all into bags.
You keep what?
You were saying on Amud Aleph that once you go ahead and you put, if something is regular to be a bag for your tefillin, it's almost like the tefillin bag itself. That's why you can't bring it into a bathroom unless you put it into another bag.
Correct.
So even the plastic would then be bottled to the tefillin.
Yes, it would. And you cannot just bring it into the bathroom with a plastic. You need another bag.
So why is that not coming by going ahead and putting stuff into the plastic? Like, what's
No,
the
because
nafmi
it's
between
still
that
one.
and
It's
tefillin?
still once removed. It's two different inyanim. You could have 10 bags if they're all meant to protect your tefillin on a steady basis. Then that all has a din of one bag, right? Because it's miyuchid for it, but it doesn't have the same kedusha. You don't need to put a plastic bag from tefillin into shemus. It's too far removed from the tefillin, right? Now we have a sample here we have Elio Ikovic, the host of tonight's. They are showing his. Can you see it? He's got his money in his talis bag. So, and it's pretty thick wad also. So if anybody wants, come over here. It's only singles, okay? But that's what he has it in his tefillin bag.
Yeah, but if his wife bought him the tefillin bag, she didn't buy it for the tefillin bag. She bought it to show off. So it
Did his
really
wife
wasn't
buy?
bought for the
I
mitzvah.
don't. Parents are saying your wife bought the tefillin bag. It was to show off, so there's no kedusha. Okay, whatever. All right, let's just finish. Let's just start this next Gemara. But we're gonna have to go back to it.
What's the tick
What do you say?
b'soich tick or something? What's the din of tick b'soich tick or something?
That's what we're talking about. That's
So if
exactly
it's
what we're talking about.
So if it's
That's
once
why.
removed,
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's only b'soich. It's only tick b'soich tick if they're not. That second bag is not normally meant for the tefillin. You have to use the additional bag has to be something not normally meant for the tefillin.
so a
Same thing with
carry-on
the mezuzah
works.
on the
A carry-on works perfectly then.
Yes, yes, it does. Unless you always keep your tefillin. Some people take that carry-on to work and they always have the tefillin in it. Right? If that's the case, then it's not so simple. Yeah. Okay, let's just start the next one. Okay, one second. Where can you put your tefillin under your head when you're going to sleep to protect it? To put it under your feet, he has no question you're not allowed to do that because that's a bizayin. Can you keep your tefillin under your head? It's mutter, and even if you're sleeping in the same bed with your wife, still mutter. So Gemara asks, you're not allowed to put it under your feet because it's derech bizayin, and you could put it under your head. Also, then if it's with your wife, then it's also, right? Yeah. But if there's a place that's 3 tvachim high, right? But if it's higher or less than 3 tvachim, then it would be mutter. Tiyufta the Shmuel, so therefore it's a kasha on Shmuel, and we slug up Shmuel, and therefore you cannot keep the tefillin under your head when you're with your wife. Amar Rava Afagav the Tanya Tiyufta the Shmuel. Then this is very interesting. So Gemara says we slug up Shmuel. Then Rava says Amar Rava Afagav the Tanya Tiyufta the Shmuel. Hilchos Akava say even though we slugged him up, the halacha is like him. My timer. Why? Because kol in the turi tfei adif. It's better to watch your tefillin, right, than to lose your tefillin, right? Isn't it better to watch your tefillin than to lose it? So you got to keep it on the head even when you're with your wife. Where are you going to put it? Put it between the pillow and the blanket, right? Not the blanket, the mattress and the pillow. Not exactly neged your head, right? You should put it in a bag under your head. The mapikle the moshe the koiva. Where it sticks out. No, I'm saying, so you see that you can't put it directly on the, you got to put it in a bag. So my answer is the mapikli, the moshe the kaiva, levar. What you do is you put it in this pouch that's not directly under the head. Okay, it's late enough already. We'll continue this Gemara. We'll have to rechaz it tomorrow.
Is this the same reason why you double wrap a mezuzah?
Yes, the same reason why you're supposed to double wrap your mezuzah, although it's a little different by mezuzah, because by mezuzah, usually the mezuzah outside the door. When you close the door, there's nothing there. But you should be careful if you have kids' rooms and the kids are constantly running around undressed and the door's open, then yeah, you should double wrap your mezuzah in something that you normally would not wrap it in. Yeah. And now we have again practical is Elio Ikovic fixing everybody's tefillin before they go back to New York with the Ritzuas. There you go, Ritzuas live and in person. Anyways, all right. Akutanach. Sorry for a few minutes late.
Shkech.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you. There's a toilet. I see your toilet, Naftali. Beautiful.
Nice.
Who's the Shomazam Aliyah?
My father.
What's your father? I forgot to say it's my mother-in-law's yahrzeit tonight. There you go.
There you go. Always gear. Every year you copy me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Both neshama should have an aliyah.
Amen.
Yeah.
What does Icky do with tefillin?